Who do you think he'll fight next, AJ, if he beats Franklin? Because boxing fans, we want to see all the big fights in every weight category, and, you know, we've been starved of that.
Yeah, I think the most obvious one is the Fury one. Good morning, gents. Good morning. Yeah, listen, always hearing stuff like that just gets the blood pumping on the morning. So
yeah, are you worried looking at the table though, Josh? Are you a wee bit worried?
No. Listen, we're pushing on to Europe now.
2 points clear, flying.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, I feel there's a lot worse teams below us, and you know, all right, we've got a tough game this weekend, but then just after that, we've got 3 winnable games. You know, we've got Forest, Palace, and Liverpool. So
wow,
Josh. I was going to say to you, we heard you a great night there against Kiko Martinez. Fantastic night. Not such a good night in December last year, obviously, losing to LOPEZ. Now that you've had time to reflect on it, where are you? How are you feeling?
You know what, Ali, I'm in a very good place.
Excellent.
Not just physically, but mentally as well. I didn't realise how much the fight with Kiko Martinez, where I broke my jaw, how much that would play on me going into the following fight. You know, I thought I'd got over it, but I was very anxious in the first 4 or 5 rounds, and it was I won't let my arms go like I normally do. You know, one thing that I do is start fast. I always start fast and let the punches go, but for some reason, well, I know the reason, because of my jaw, I'm apprehensive. And normally I get the jab pumping away and I'd be throwing that left arm out, but that was the side that I got broken. I know that Luis Alberto Lopez is very good with his counters, so I'm kind of apprehensive. And it wasn't until I think the 5th round when I sat down on the stool and I said something to my old man about my jaw, and he went, "Listen, is it broke?" And I went, and I wriggled my jaw around, and he went, "Listen, you need to get it out of your effing head. Come on, give me a slap round the chops." And he said, "Right, you need to pull this round." And all of a sudden, my mentality changed, and I wasn't thinking about it so much. And then the fight did start to change, but you know, I thought I'd done enough to win. But I do think that slow start cost me.
Well, you talk about fast starts, and a lot of people feel AJ must have a fast start to get stuck into Franklin. Would you agree with that? You know, he can't be patient in this one. He's got to let them go.
Yeah, most definitely. I think a lot of people want to see the AJ of old, and it's obviously difficult to do against a fighter like Usyk. You know, someone who's never there in one position for you allowed to tee off. Most heavyweights just plod around the ring, don't do too much moving, and just want to throw the bombs. Where Usyk's is unique in the way that he moves around and you know, doesn't let you get them shots off. But you know, in this fight he's got this weekend with Franklin. Franklin likes a fight. He'll come forward, and this is where AJ can really let them shots go and look explosive like he has done in the past.
Who do you think he'll fight next, AJ, if he beats Franklin? Because boxing fans, we want to see all the big fights in every weight category, and you know, we've been starved of that.
Yeah, I think the most obvious one is the Fury one. You know, this is the funny thing about boxing. You know, all of a sudden, you know, he's been beat by Usyk and he's finished. You know, you completely wrote off. If Arsenal get beat, you know, by the mighty Leeds on the weekend, they're not finished, are they? No. You know, there's still a possibility of winning the league, but you know, a boxer takes a loss and that's it. They're finished. He wins this Saturday. And then that fight with Fury's red hot.
Where does Joe Joyce come in here? Because he hasn't done much wrong, has he?
No, he hasn't. He hasn't. And to be fair to Joyce, he's beaten everyone who's probably been put in front of him. But I think with what AJ has done already, you know, being a world champion and had plenty of world title fights under his belt, I think that's the exciting fight right there, is AJ and Fury, because they've been linked together for so long.
Josh, tell me, mate, I've got my own wee theory in this. I mean, we're obviously a little bit disappointed. A couple of fights haven't made it, you know, Fury AJ back in the past, and obviously Fury Usyk now. I think, and tell me if I'm wrong, I think if AJ wins this fight, we want to see AJ fight Fury, it'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
Would that suit Fury more, a fight against AJ, rather than you say something different than Usyk?
Potentially. I mean, now all this nonsense has been going on with the negotiations. People do start asking questions now. Well, why have they not been able to get this fight off the table? And obviously, when Fury's been fighting these big bombers, he's like, for instance, Wilder, and people who just march forward. He's had them like that, hasn't he? He's had them in the palm of his hands. He's been able to just take care of them. Obviously, now the question is, how would he be able to deal with a fellow boxer, someone who can move just as well as him, someone who's unorthodox just like him? And I think AJ probably would play into his hands a little bit better, but then again, Rage's explosive power, that's what makes it an exciting fight. But again, this is another fight we still want to see. We still want to see the Usyk fight as well.
It's going to be well. Look forward to it live on talkSPORT on Saturday. Listen, good luck at Arsenal. Jack, great to talk again. And no plans yet for your next fight?
No, that's just all in negotiation, and hopefully we should have an announcement soon. Listen, I'm training very hard, like I say, mentally I'm very ready. I had a little bit of that's what I'm going to say, spat with one of my old opponents, Lara, a few weeks back, and I'm hoping to get a third with him over the lines, but just waiting for Eddie to pull his finger out and get the deal over the line.
Brilliant, mate.
Brilliant. Good luck to you,
best of luck to you, Josh. All the best, mate.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.